It's Tuesday afternoon, and you know what that means. It's time for Randominity with the Random Christian Show. Today, the Random Christian Show is interviewing actors, writers, and producers Ashley Hargrove and Wynn Reichert. The Random Christian Show is brought to you by Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena, a unique blended salsa loaded with cilantro and just the right amount of heat. Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena is available in stores across California, Colorado, Nevada, and Southern Oregon. To find a store near you, just visit mrsafamous.com. The Random Christian Show is proudly supported by The Advisor. The Advisor is a Facebook group created by Colonel James Neil Broaddus, composed of multi-talents such as actors, directors, artists, writers, and more. If you fall into this category, contact them on Facebook at The Advisor. The Random Christian Show can now be seen and heard on the Rabbit in Red Radio Network. Check them out at rabbitinredradio.com. Intro music provided by the Dead Campers. Check them out on Spotify and at deadcampers.com. Next week, the Random Christian Show is happy to welcome back dating guru Dale Valor. My name is Andy. Now here's your host, Christian Random.
Hey, it's Tuesday. Yeah, Tuesday.
It is.
See, I was about to say Friday. I was about to say Friday because we're moving to Fridays. Finally,
We are.
made the big time. There's a cat on your face.
Yes.
So
She
you know.
knew that we pressed play. She
Yeah.
absolutely knew it. Because the second you started the video, she crawled up in my lap.
She's like,
that's-
oh yeah, okay, here. It's all
Yeah.
about me now. Yes. So
Right.
welcome to Andy's Cats Show. I'm Christian. I'll be over here, and Andy's cat will be doing everything at this point now.
There we go.
So it is Tuesday. Yes. Thank you all so much for being here and being a part of the show. We've got some fabulous. We got a dual threat today. We got
Yeah.
Ashley.
Triple threat, actually.
Well, that's true because
Yeah.
Mrs. A is just a resident. That's she is,
Well, that's true.
and
true.
so we just consider her part of the show. But
Part of the family.
yes, Mrs. A, and actually she's getting ready to go do a big show out in San Diego. So that's going to be huge for her. Trying to spread the love of the salsa buena. Yes. But we've got we've got Ashley Hargrove, Wynn Reichert. These guys, we've been talking in the green room before the show and just having a little bit too much fun at some point, but that's what makes it an interesting show. Andy, how are you today, sir? How are you?
Hey, all is well. All is great over here. It's mid 60s here in Oregon. Can't complain about that. So
Yeah. We are actually, I think, 52 degrees out here in Kansas City.
Oh wow.
Which is amazing for right now, since last week it was, whatever, negative
Right.
100 or something. But yeah, no, it's been dismally foggy and gray for about 3.5 weeks. And the other day when the sun came out, we literally were like, I'm not sure what to do. Do we just stay inside?
Right. Yeah.
Because there's something weird going on outside. And then we all started doing heroin and drinking coffee and thought we were in Seattle. So
All right.
that's
Kansas City in the winter,
right. Seattle. And I guess the Chiefs are going to the Super Bowl, and we're going to be playing your 49ers.
That is correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So are
Does
you
anybody
a
care?
49er or a Raider fan?
Well, I mean, I grew up on the East Bay, right? So I am a Raider fan. Right. Yeah. My family though is diehard 49er fans. So
Yeah.
I don't know how it worked out, but I'm the only Raider fan in the family. And
It's
it was funny as soon as the 49ers won this Saturday or this Sunday, immediately my family chat blows up with there's a famous picture of my grandfather and grandmother in their later years, just all decked out in 49er gear and holding the banners and everything. And so that was getting sent in our little family chat and everything. And so it's It's just funny. So, but no, I've always been more of a Raiders fan than Niners fan. So.
Yeah. And what drew you to the Raiders, by the way?
So this is going to be funny and extremely nerdy. So I got invited to play in a fantasy football league with my friends in 2002, and my quarterback was Rich Gannon that year, and that was the year that they ended up going to the Super Bowl, right? And Rich Gannon ended up winning me a fantasy championship. So since then, and I through this, I'd always been working in radio, so I could get to go to the games for free, which was great. So I just needed to ask a program director, hey, can I get tickets to the game? And like, oh yeah, here, take the tickets. Sometimes I got to sit in the box, which was fun. Yeah. So no, when I worked for KMBR, and they had the 49ers, right? All I needed to do was say, hey, can I sit in the KBR box? They're like, sure, come on. And there'd be half of the staff in there just having fun and having a blast. So
because nobody wanted to watch the game,
right. Well, and I didn't realize this, but back when radio had money, they would take care of the bill for us too. So we would get like the super nachos, and we would get like all of the food sent to us, and like we'd get something new every hour of the game.
Yeah.
And so, well, I mean, and sitting in a box for just one game completely ruins the experience of sitting in general seating, moving on. So it was just, so yeah. So I don't know that I've sat in a regular seat since one time after sitting in a box, and that's,
yeah.
So yeah.
No, I just, for some reason, when I was a kid, I guess I just liked the fact that oh my gosh,
the Raiders,
Kenny Stabler.
Oh yeah, Kenny Stabler. Yeah,
Kenny Stabler. I love the mystique of those guys. Hey, there he is, Tommy. He's going to be giving us Super Bowl picks here next week.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
No, there was the mystique of the early Raiders, the 1976 Raiders and all that. And for some, I just fell in love with it. And yeah, my whole family, all 49er fans. Oh my God. Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And I love the fact that, the motto was just win, baby. And they would always, it didn't matter. I love the fact that if you played the Raiders, you knew you played the Raiders.
Right. Yeah. Because it was the attitude. It was the Madden attitude.
Yeah. The team may have lost, but you walked away going, wow, that was really, I don't ever want to play the Raiders again. Yeah. And so but of course now it's like, whatever. So love the Raiders. Now I kind of can't stand sports, period.
Yeah, we've talked about it for 3 minutes now.
Yeah. Well, you more like chitty chatty, whatever, nerd boy. Oh, and by the way, I went to the radio box and I got wine and a foot massage.
You asked the question.
I know. No, I'm like extremely jealous because the going to the press box and stuff, that's badass.
Yeah.
No, and of course I was also a diehard San Francisco Giants fan. So, and I worked and lived not too far from Candlestick back when Candlestick. So like I was always going to games, and oh my gosh, the stories there.
Yeah. That was a special, I saw the bulk of my 49ers games at Candlestick. So
yeah,
that was a special place to see it.
Oh yeah. That park, especially baseball games.
Oh yeah. I can't tell you how many Giants games I saw there.
Well, and somebody hitting a deep fly ball. They're like, oh, it's out. It's going to be home. No, hold on. And then you just see the ball do and just drop, and the outfielder's right there. He's like, yeah, I know how to play this place. So that was always the fun about that, Now I don't know Pac Bell Park. I'm sure it's very cool and fancy, but whatever.
Pac Bell Park was fun just because it was downtown, and When I was still working in radio at the time, you could actually go to the day games for lunch
Oh,
and hang out and watch 3 innings and then come back. And that was fun too, because we were right there, and it took
yeah.
10 minutes to walk to the thing. And, we had the free tickets, and then, watch a couple innings, come back a little bit later, finish out your day.
Yeah.
Nicely buzzed from a $12 beer.
Yeah. That was only this big.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Well, that's enough of our sports segment for the show.
I'm getting hungry. I don't know about you. I'm kind of getting hungry.
Speaking of sports and whatnot, the big game is coming up not this week, but next weekend. The weekend
correct.
After this.
February 11th.
Yeah, there. Thank you for clarifying. Because I don't care. Yeah, Chiefs and the 49ers, but you know what the Super Bowl is really all about?
It's about the food.
Oh, it's about the food, baby.
It's about the food.
Oh, wait, we moved people around here in the green room. People are shuffling in the green room. That's not fair. But we've got our queen of food, Mrs. A. Liaguayo of Mrs. A's famous Salsa Buena. Hey-o.
Hi, boys.
Hi, Mrs. A. How are you?
I'm good. Happy New Year. And I'm so happy to be here. And I was telling the folks in the green room that it's probably 75 degrees here. Sun's out in the high desert above Palm Springs. But as soon as that sun goes down, it gets cold. But
it gets about 50.
Yeah, maybe 54. Yeah.
Which was my high today. So, yeah.
I'm sorry.
No, you don't appreciate the good weather until you get the bad weather. And
exactly.
And
we're expecting a lot of rain. This California is going to get hit again with atmospheric rivers and all of that stuff that took my Santa Cruz home down last year.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just, saying a prayer for them and that they make it through it and that the earth doesn't move up there. So we kind of like a little rain. It's exciting in the desert because we know we'll have the super bloom come springtime, which is amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when we talked about Super Bowl goodies and things, I really thought about this because everybody has their Super Bowl snacks that they want for Super Bowl. Like my husband Ralph, his favorite is the onion dip and the sour cream with the white potato chips, and then the little mini little smokies and like a barbecue sauce that you just toothpick and and you have so many snacks that I've always made dinner and the snacks, and we can't even eat the dinner because we're so stuffed with all the snacks. So I didn't really go a lot of snacks today, but what I did do is I wanted to show you. Here's the delish guacamole, which is
love your guacamole.
It's so delish. It's really simple. Avocado, squeeze it fresh lime. I like to put my salsa verde, Mrs. A salsa verde in there.
Yes.
Because it keeps it green, and salt and pepper. And I don't sell guacamole along with my salsa, but I always have it at my demo table. And we want your guacamole. I said, no, I don't sell that, but I'm going to teach you how to make it. And I said, they're looking at me with this face, and I said, do you have a fork? And they go, yes, we do. I said, okay, it's fork 3 ingredients and you got it. So, I mean, everybody could have guacamole. Everybody can have chips and salsa. Look at this. I'm also, when I'm out there demoing, giving Super Bowl ideas, is that I have my medium here, which has the yellow label. I take a block of cream cheese, and I didn't think about the white plate on the white with the white. Watch this. This is going to make you crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I love this. Mm-hmm. I've done this before, and it goes so fast at parties. It's so good.
So the secret is the wheat thin, original size or the large ones, because when you get a knife and put it on, you get the nutty cracker with the creamy cheese with the salsa. And
Yeah.
it's so delicious. And I don't want to have cilantro in my teeth, so I'm not going to eat this. But I could, when we go back and watch the show later, Ralph and I will probably devour this whole thing because it's so good.
Well,
but I bet. Yeah.
Now, do you warm yours up a little bit in the microwave, like for about maybe 20 seconds or so, so it's real soft?
My cream cheese, the cream cheese is soft. And I think if you leave it out, like I put this out about 15 minutes ago, it cuts beautifully.
Yeah.
They also have that whipped cream cheese now.
Cheese.
Yeah, I know.
Room temperature. Yeah. Good room temperature cream cheese with some salsa.
We're good. We're
so
good. So delish. So in talking about and thinking about what I wanted to make for you all today, I thought, who's ever cooking, husband, wife, girl, boy, whatever. It's just nice to be able to watch the game and all the pre-shows and all the commercials. So I'm doing 2 different chilies today. I'm doing a red chili with beans, and I'm doing my green chili, which is a lot like my chili verde. But to keep the consistency the same, I did a ground pork and a cubed pork in the verde, in the green chili. And the red chili has ground beef. But you could certainly do ground turkey, ground chicken,
No, you
whatever.
stick with the pork.
What's that?
You stick with the pork.
Well, I know, and I always say thank you, Peggy. Thank you for giving me something delicious here. So
Pigs were meant to be eaten. That's all there is to it.
Oh,
right.
I know. Here we go. So I'm going to pull my pans up a bit. And I don't know if you guys remember when I did the sopapillas and I left the oil on the flame.
Oh, yeah.
And all the smoke detectors in the house went off. And I was
No.
like this. Ralph's running around opening the doors and I'm fanning with my towel here. But anywho, these recipes kind of go hand in hand. A little different in that the pork is going to have a green chili and the red is going to have the red chili. But it's going to start with sauteing onion. I was telling Ralph today, I go, we're senior citizens now. We get all the discounts and everything. And I know a lot of seniors do Sudoku and do crossword puzzles to keep their mind fresh and sharp. I just need to do a cooking podcast because you should have seen me in the kitchen today. I'm like, oh my gosh, I need this, I need that. Because what happens here is that I have some already cooked over here in the crock pots because that's the magic. And then I have to keep some raw to demo for you guys. So but it keeps me sharp. It keeps me sharp. And I will tell you, I don't think, Christian, when I had you in class.
Oh no, did her stuff
fall
off?
We can't hear you.
Mrs. A, we lost your audio. Can you hear us still?
No.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. I'm going to pull her off and on again here.
Yeah, let's try that old chestnut. Let's see if that works.
Okay. All right. Mrs. A, can you hear us?
Thumbs up if you can hear us.
Hold on.
I don't think so.
You're gonna.
So let's pop ourselves out.
Okay, somebody. Okay. We can't hear you.
Mrs. A, we lost your audio. Oh no. Oh.
I'm going to send her a message.
Okay, yeah, let's send her a text and see what's going on.
To the lobby. Hey, let's all go to the lobby. Andy, how about maybe we cut to the news real quick? Or
sure, we can do a quick the quick 5-minute news segment and then see what's going on.
And now with Travis Dunn, the Random News Network, brought to you by Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. I don't know.
All right,
maybe?
Hold on.
No.
I'm adding the source now, and so if you want to take us off, and then I'll start the news.
Like this.
Good evening, America, and welcome to the Random News Network. I'm Travis Dunn.
I'm Jennifer Lee.
Yeah, I'm John Miller.
Our top story tonight is Donald Trump being ordered to pay $83 million in a defamation case against him. To which O.J. Simpson said, ha 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 ha, $33 million, and I got to kill 2 people.
Buy one, get one.
On a much lighter note, with the Oscar nominations coming up, Ryan Gosling got nominated for Barbie, whereas Margot Robbie and Greta Gerwig did not. Ask Caitlyn Jenner, men just do it better. Now, all honesty, Margot Robbie did do a great job. The character just had no depth. Ryan Gosling's went on an entire journey and came back a different person. Barbie went in as a strong, independent woman and came out as a strong, independent woman.
And speaking of being a Barbie girl, the Kansas City Chiefs sports ball game has set a record for 50+ million viewers, all due to Taylor Swift dating their tight end, which does prove she's got to spread him wide so she can run the play.
And speaking of high scores in schools, we have Miss Hare from Arkansas, who has admitted in court to having sex with a student over 30 times. In the classroom, in the parking lot, at her private residence, in a hotel room, and across state lines. But somehow they missed Disney World. But in today's age of work and no work and the difference between generations, isn't it nice to see a young person out there earning their grade, really putting in the back-breaking work it takes to get it?
That's an interesting way to get extra credit.
Statutory rape aside, if you really want to go for a ride, please avoid Carnival cruises. They're already very low class as far as safety and other concerns are, but currently they have blamed a bunch of poisoning on gastroenteritis, but their cruise patrons were vomiting blue vomit that probably looked a bunch like punch. So please don't drink it. It's disgusting. And much like our government, their compensation was a measly $95.
Speaking of sanitation, Utah has proposed a new law that would ban kindergartners who are not potty trained. Yet there's no law or statute for being present.
Looking for Joe Biden.
Yeah.
Got a diaper.
Well, on an EasyJet flight from Bristol, England, that was supposed to also land in Edinburgh, England. It found itself landing in France. To which Hunter Biden said, "You think that's a bad flight? Try leaving home without your cocaine."
Which a bunch of immigrants are probably not doing, bringing all the cocaine they can with them across the southern border, which Texas is trying their darndest to keep under lock and key. Despite Biden's best efforts, and they're using barbed wire fence, which many on the left is saying is inhumane, but that's only when guarding your borders, not when having an abortion, much like Margaret Stranger. Keep that population under control.
Speaking of population and gun violence, Mexico can now sue U.S. gun makers for the gun violence done by their own cartels. So with all the lawsuits going on, how are the cartels going to start getting more guns?
So backwards.
And speaking of people who are going to be out of a job, the great prognosticator Ponce Phil, the most famous groundhog in the world, has been told he may be getting fired by PETA. And honestly, folks, have you ever seen another groundhog with a job? Do we really need this?
Well, if jobs are being considered inhumane by PETA, they should really go talk to corporations. Last I checked, humans are still animals. Now, with some of that in mind, Missouri lawmakers are probably in a bunch of misery since they want to bring back duels to settle differences whenever they are gridlocked on the floor. That seems a bit extreme to me. They could just take a note out of Texas's book and do some mutual combat and fist fight it out. Like a little fight club, but we all know this is America, so the more violent it is, the more legal it is, because just walking onto a congressional building is stand for treason.
Speaking of walking, Samsung has re-released their robot called Bali. Instead of walking, it more rolls after you with a projector to welcome you home with various images that we don't want to see, which shows that Samsung has some sack.
And talk about dropping the ball. American Airlines unfortunately had to eject one of its passengers this week for excess farting. But to be fair to that one passenger, it was Taco Tuesday.
Did he not smell the meat first?
Was it mid-flight that they ejected him?
No. We just want a taco. Okay. Thanks for joining us, America. And may the good news be yours. I want a taco.
Try not to get the fish ones.
Taco, taco, taco.
Smell the meat. He really loves his meat.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
So, technical problems.
Welcome to the Random Christian Show. Wow. That was yeah.
It's Technical Problem Tuesday, apparently.
Hey, technical taco problem Tuesday thing time. Hey, well, let's see if we have reconnected with Mrs. A. There she is.
Hey, we're back.
Hey-o.
Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. Now we can.
Yes, we got you.
All right.
So I just that was bizarre. I thought there were little aliens that had invaded our podcast.
There were.
So I just I just moved along. I sauteed some onions in both pots with some olive oil. I put the ground pork and the chunk pork. I just got some boneless pork chops. Cut those up, and then in here I've got the ground beef. So I just moved along.
Okay, and now
That's great.
Just to clarify for everybody, if you go to mrsafamous.com, you will find all these recipes. So everybody's going to be like, oh, how much is this? How much is that? It's all right on her website, mrsafamous.com.
Yes, good job. Good job. Good job.
Gold star for
Yay.
Christian today.
So my cameraman Ralph is going to bring the camera over so you can see the two pots
Excellent.
here.
Hey, cameraman.
Yeah,
We love Ralph.
and then
Ralph is
tilt
the
it.
bestest.
There we go. Now tilt. Perfect. So this is
There we
this
go.
is the ground beef and onion and garlic mixture. Over here is the pork.
Okay.
So for the red one, we're going to do crushed tomatoes, tomato paste. This is a can of chili Colorado sauce, and I just like to add that in, makes good flavor.
Yeah.
And this has a can of rinsed pinto beans.
Okay.
Okay.
So do that, and then this is the kind of the base of the red chili with beans, and I have the two chili powders. There's chili powder here, and
Just throwing it in.
just throwing it. Well, you know what? It's hard for me to measure. So, and then what I do is heat up my kettle with some hot water to rehydrate that dry chili. And it's already. Wait till you see the finished one. It's amazing.
We've got to figure out a way to get a smell-o-vision.
I know,
right?
And we've talked about you guys coming out here to California to do a live show here. That would be so amazing.
That would be incredible.
Okay,
That
over
would-
here. Now we have the pork. So we have some of Mrs. A's salsa verde going in with some hatch green chilies.
Oh, yeah.
Then if you like it hot, there's some jalapenos fresh.
Yeah.
Maybe Christian,
wow.
I don't know about Andy.
Yeah.
It won't, you got to taste your
No.
jalapeno. And then some
Andy.
some diced green chilies.
Okay.
So
You see, I don't mind jalapenos in a medley of stuff, but if it's like if it's alone on a chip, then no, I can't do it. Yeah.
I am totally with you. So with the magic of podcasting, I'm going to turn this off and look how organized I am. over here.
Oh, look at this.
Did you see our news segment, by the way?
I
'Cause
did.
that,
I did.
that was the magic of podcasting. Oh my
Yeah.
God, look at that.
That looks
So-
incredible.
So that's the green chili. And then if
Oh,
you could make this a couple days ahead of time and then just put it in the crock pot on low the morning of the Super Bowl, because it doesn't start
Yeah.
till 3. And then you have all your condiments. So do you guys remember the Frito pie?
Oh,
you-
yeah. Look at you.
oh yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do a half and half. I'm going to do a half and half.
We've lost
I'm gonna-
Andy.
Right.
And Andy's gone into chili coma.
Yeah. No, this is going to. Oh no, you're
Oh, you're going-
mixing the
oh.
chilies.
Oh,
You're mixing the.
Why not? Right? You need a
I
little
gotta-
bit of both.
I gotta call this.
So now come over here.
Uh,
Oh, geez. And we
uh,
Gonna
And
drop
we have-
oh, forget this. This is incredible. Look at this.
we have the condiments of
Okay.
cheese.
now, what kind of cheese are you using? Just regular, like a mild cheddar or a sharp cheddar, or what do you got?
This bag was medium cheddar,
Okay.
and then a dollop of sour cream, which will cool things off a bit. And you know
Yeah.
me with raw onions. I just can't. I can't do it. So this is raw. This is. Oh my gosh, they're so strong.
Well, and
I
that's the thing
love
about
Oh,
what?
close.
like no,
Close
this
this
is
up.
right up my alley. Like
Yeah.
chopped red onion, like chili. I mean this. If this was in front of me right now, you would see the absolute worst side of Andy.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, we're going to make a little side note here. Mrs. A's salsas have no onion in them. That's why
Yes.
she
Yeah.
adds it. Which, you can, but it makes it easier to make out with someone later. So
Yes, and I have Joyce up north, my demo lady, who is handling all of my Santa Cruz, San Jose, Carmel, Monterey stores. She's demoing her little heart out and doing such a great job. That's Joyce. If you're watching, Joyce, hello, I love you. Thank you so much. And but I'll remind everybody about this also story. I'm a teacher, taught ceramics for 40 years.
yes, she
About
did.
50, yeah, I had Christian in class. Sometimes he was
Kinda.
outside a lot. He was outside a lot. And 15 years ago, my third period stopped me and said, "Mrs. A, you've got to market your salsa. We can't wait to be good." Within 10 minutes, that class named the salsa Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. One of my boys walked up that same period, third period, and said, "Mrs. A, can I design your label?" And he had it done in 3 weeks. So every container says, it's so cute, says teacher, mom, and salsa maker. That's me.
Yes.
So, yeah, so when I go out and demo, I teach them how to make guacamole, and I do the cream cheese with the wheat thin and the salsa. And then I am encouraging them to watch the show. In fact, I think a few people from my demo yesterday are watching. So that's
Well,
awesome.
we hope so. And if you're out there,
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah. Yes. And they just kind of look at me. A lot of people don't know quite how to understand me, or they're like, "What?" And I'm all, "Yeah, it's been a pretty amazing journey." So
Yes, it has. And we are excited for it to continue. Now, you next week have a very big show going on, don't you?
yes, we're in 550 supermarkets up north, Nevada, Northern California, Washington, Oregon, Wyoming. I'm chasing Colorado. I'm chasing Arizona.
Wait, you
And I'm
expanded to Washington?
Yes, and I'm chasing Southern California now that we live down here in the high desert. So my huge distributor, UNFI, and Tony's Fine Foods, they're having a big food show in San Diego at the convention center next week. And I need to talk to Ralph because I need a little microphone with a battery pack back here, so I can.
Oh yeah.
Hello, come here, come
Hello.
here. Good. Mrs. A is in the house. And I'm just hoping to pick up a lot of, big guys. I'm going for Gelson's. I'm going for Bristol Farms. I'm going for Lazy Acres, some corporate accounts. But, when you think about a neighborhood or a town or a city, there's a lot of independent stores out there
Yep.
that
Yeah.
I just want them all. I just want them all. That's all. So.
And we're actually working on trying to expand you out here to the Midwest. So
Yes.
we are
Christian and I,
working
yep,
on
we talk about it.
So,
Awesome.
and now you're on Instagram, you're on Facebook
Yes.
and TikTok now. Is that correct or not yet?
Haven't quite gone to TikTok yet, but and we're working on it. We do on my Instagram
I'm
page.
really nervous when I said
I'm like,
good guy, the thing and it go bang.
So on my Instagram page, Kaylin, my son's girlfriend, tie-dyed did Salsa Buena shirts, and we have merchandise. So that's kind of cool. And
Which
we're just
mrsafamous.com, you can find that merchandise.
yes.
All right. Okay, so now all your little salsas, they can go and find them throughout California, Oregon, now Washington,
Nevada,
and parts of Wyoming and Colorado, correct?
yes.
All right. And soon to be everywhere.
I'm chasing it.
We're working on. So if you don't see Mrs. A's famous salsa buena, now it's in the refrigerated section. It's not just on a shelf somewhere. It's in the refrigerated section, staying fresh and delicious. So ask for it if you don't see it, right?
Absolutely. You know, when I do my demos, I have my business cards out and I say, are you local? Because Palm Springs gets a lot of snowbirds. I don't know. One man the other day said, it's minus 35 at my house today. I said, oh my goodness. Well, welcome to the desert where it's 75 or 80. They come to warm their bones. Or I just ask them, are you local or are you visiting? And if they're in somewhere like Los Angeles or San Diego or Orange County, any of those places that I'm trying to get, I said, would you like to be my little jalapeno? And they go, what do you need me to do? I said, take my card, go into your local store and say you've tasted the salsa, you've met Mrs. A, and it's wonderful, and they need to bring it in. So any of your viewers and listeners could do that, and that will help me get across the country.
Okay. That's what we're looking for. All right. So we won't see you for a few weeks because you're going to be out busy and trying to promote and sell Mrs. A's famous salsa buena. So if you go to mrsafamous.com, you can find all these recipes that she was talking about and many more, plus merchandise and the story of Mrs. A's famous salsa buena and anything you need to know about these delicious salsas. So, Mrs. A, we thank you so much. And now you're rooting for the Niners, correct?
Yes, but yes, I am. And yes, you know what? Super Bowl's awesome. Super Bowl's awesome, but for me, it's about the food and the snacks. So it's happening. They have the stadium in Las Vegas. So Las Vegas is going to be crazy next weekend. And I am a Niners fan, but you know, I'm a Dodger fan. You know, we bleed Dodger blue. And then the whole time I was rooting for Kansas City because I knew you were from Kansas City, and so I think it's gonna be a good game. Yeah, no, I think it'll be a lot of fun, and I won't be able to watch it. So, I may end up watching it. Who knows? If there's food, I'm going to be watching it. So there we go. There we go. Otherwise, it'll be nappy by time, and you know, that's how I roll because that's that's the way it is. All right. All right, Leah, thank you so much again for spreading the love of your salsas and these delicious recipes. Again, go to mrsafamous.com to find all this information and recipes. In the meantime, please succeed well in your big venture this next week, and we hope that everything works out well. We will see you in a few weeks, and with many more delicious recipes, lady. And why don't we go ahead and break right into Mrs. A's newest commercial? Yes. And let's see what that's all about. Somewhere here in my... It's in there. I know. I'm looking. Mrs. A. There it is. All right. Look at... I know. I it's the magic. Technical. I love that. I love that. Wow. We can't get a news broadcast, but we can get hearts. That's how cool
We are. All right. Leah, thank you so much.
You're
We
welcome.
appreciate you. We love you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Have a great next
Thank
week.
you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Age, it's all about the facts. Facts are made up of the 5 W's: the who, the what, the when, where, and the why. So we here at Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena thought we'd break it down for you and make it easier. The who is simple. Mrs. A is a teacher and a mother that loves to cook and reward people with delicious food. The what? Well, that would be the 3 amazing salsas she makes: regular, hot, and salsa verde. All made with the freshest ingredients and no onion, so you can spread the love, not your breath. The when? Well, when isn't there a good time to enjoy Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena? Where can you get it? Well, how about all throughout California and Southern Oregon, even in Nevada and parts of Wyoming and Colorado, and they're growing all the time. If you don't see it in the refrigerated section, ask for Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena or just go to mrsafamous.com. Now you ask yourself why? Well, because buena means good, really good. And that's because Mrs. A's Famous Salsas are made with fresh ingredients, and you taste that in every bite because it's buena. So be good to yourself and get Mrs. A's Famous Salsa Buena. Go ahead, eat buena.
Hey-o. And
Hey,
we're
yo.
back. And we're back. All right. Hey, it is now time for a couple of people who have been waiting very patiently for us through our little technical mayhems. But there it is. Because, when you think of Sweet Caroline, you think of Caroline of Mine, which makes you think of Miss Ashley Hargrove and Mr. Wynn Reichert. Hey!
Hi.
Wynn's like, I've been holding in my pee for the past hour.
Right.
I've just got a cat hacking up a hairball behind me. I mean,
Welcome to Andy's world.
Is this like a real talk show, or is this just like Super Bowl sports talk? What are we doing here today?
No, I know, right? Yeah. We never talk this much sports. Like
You guys
this
have
is-
no clue. I mean, you're from the Bay Area.
don't
This
get
is,
one going.
it's Kansas City. I'm from the Bay Area as well. Hello, 49ers.
no.
No.
Oh no.
Yeah, sorry. We're not going to talk
we've
about film
started-
today.
We've started
Look what
a
you've
war.
done.
We've
Yeah.
started the war.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, no, I'm actually from the Bay Area as well.
Oh, are
But,
you really? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I left because anyway.
All right,
Actually,
let's not get
I
into
was
that
asked,
today. All right.
Right.
I was asked to leave, and so things-
We're unpacking a whole bunch of issues by opening up that suitcase there.
we're just gonna let it go.
KNBR?
Welcome to the
Are you with
show.
KNBR?
I'm
Andy,
sorry.
you were KNBR?
I was at KNBR for 3 years. I was there during the from 2010 to 2012 when the Giants first won the World Series, and so I've like super quick story. We were bused to the parade under like police supervision
Really?
as the KNBR staff, and it was just, and I was 3 rows away from the player seats, and that's where I got to watch the parade, which was just incredible. So
I'm
yeah,
a
San
Giants
Francisco.
fan.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Oh yeah. Look at that.
There you
That's
go.
incredible.
that's what I'm
Um,
talking about.
Yeah, I
But yeah,
sent you
but no,
a link or whatever to the Bye Bye Baby. You know, Lon Simmons. You know?
Oh yeah.
Oh
I
yeah,
bet you
Yep.
appreciate that. Yeah.
yeah.
that's perfect.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Lon was awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. Caroline's here too. Oh, sorry, Ashley.
I mean, he
What
is
do
my
you- what do
dad
you
in the
got?
project, so that explains it.
Right.
I was
yeah.
told to be a good daughter, not speak unless spoken to.
There we go. Now we got things squared away.
Get her revved up. We won't get a word in, Jack.
My
Um,
father is so mean to me there. I mean, you can see this. Oh, what am I going to do
all
with
this,
him?
all this abuse. Well, and now this is what the movie's all about, isn't it?
Part of it, there is the movie primarily itself is about an unstable college girl that ends up with her college professor, even though her father, that crazy guy right there, tells her not to. And it
Heyo.
spans over like 14 years of her life of what it does to her, you know, when her dad tries to prevent her basically from getting involved, and it goes from there and escalates basically. So I hate my dad officially. Thanks, Dad. I mean, you silence me here and you destroy my life in the other place. So, I mean, what am I going to do with you, man? I can't do anything.
There it is. And scene. Okay. No. Okay. And let me go through the introductions again. Ashley Hargrove. We lost Wynn.
Oh, I didn't do it. Daughter didn't kill dad.
Ashley is an actress, writer, director, also voice actor, correct?
Family, nobody gets left behind.
And, okay,
easy for you to say.
Start this. I do a lot of voices too.
Don't make me come over there. He's like, what?
Oh wow, this the back and forth.
Andy, no, because Andy's going to be like, don't.
Look, you started the thing with sports with Wynn, Andy. I'm gonna get that thing going with him on the voices.
Right.
I got him stored up, man.
There, listen here, little girl. Don't make me go over there and drink here. Oh my gosh.
I mean, if you think that's what's going to happen, I mean, we can do that.
What dimension are we in right now?
I have no idea. I did not.
Welcome to the Random Christian Show, Wynn.
That's random. That's pretty random right there. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just going to sit quietly in this corner
personalities.
until something happens. Yeah.
Okay. So now, Ashley Hargrove and Wynn Reichert, actor, comedian, director, writer. What y'all have so many different hats that you wear. It's crazy. I mean, Ashley, you're even talking about you're doing gymnastics.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
I started training and I'm going into trampoline gymnastics in about 2 weeks. So I'm going to die, you know. So probably, you know what?
Is that you're going to be just hopping all over the place?
Well, I mean, the sequel involves a little bit of stunts. So, you know, I got to be trained. And there's another project this year that has a little bit of gymnastics. So, I mean, I'm not old, so I might as well. Although before, you know, by the time we get to our next interview, I might be in a body cast. So I do apologize. Although I'll just blame it on Dad there.
This little mouthpiece right here. Okay, I'm ready for my scene.
I'm here. It's okay. I mean, I'll just say it's the dad's fault.
Hospital bed.
I mean, we could do that.
The Wi-Fi is good at the hospital. Yeah, so we can probably make that.
That's the sad part. It is. It's better than the one at home. Go figure.
Right.
So now, okay. First off, how did you all meet? Was it on a set or who wants to tell the story?
You want me to win? Scarm for life. Yep, he's frozen.
I think we might. Well, I have a feeling. I have a feeling that this is the type of relationship where we're going to need both stories from how they met, like both sides.
We'll go with the lady version first. Is what
exactly right.
First. First.
We actually met several years ago on a little comedy series called Cup of Joe, where it was mostly improv, and he played a slightly perverted pastor, be the best way to put it. And I was the very naive guest there, and I didn't realize, my character wasn't supposed to realize that the host was trying to get us girls together with them, basically. And he was a pastor trying to hold a Bible study class, basically, or a prayer group, one of the two. And that's where I met him. And then later I appeared on a little radio show piece he did. And then, of course, I've known him throughout the years for other stuff. And then I pulled him onto Carolina Mine just so he could drive me insane as his poor daughter, you know, that just get kicked around all the time. I mean, you know, I got to.
Wow.
He was.
I'm gonna say, now, can we hear your version?
Is this some kind of payback? Well, I mean, what is that all about?
I mean, you tried to destroy my life, you know, with the project. So I told the honest story to it. I mean, look at this face. They went down the
Now, so here's what
here we go.
Oh God,
yep.
Here's what really happened. All right, I was on this television web series, Cup of Joe, and I play one character, but they had me play multiple characters. So one week I played like this guru dating thing or whatever. I don't know where she's going with this other thing, but it's like, I'm trying to help people. She's like, no, you're not.
It actually has some kind of weird fetish
weird,
for
dude.
pastors and
Right.
Oh, I see. I see.
Yeah,
Don't
what's
make me
that
pull
all
up
about?
that
Is
old
that why I got
episode.
the part
I
of
will
the
hunt
movie?
it down,
Jeez.
man. It's part of my gift. I find old stuff.
Oh boy. Oh,
Okay.
well.
So Wynn. Yeah.
Yeah, please continue.
My story. See, like Ashley was homeless. I took her in. She got into my peyote, and things just went
peyote?
wrong.
What is
Okay.
I'm naive.
Really?
I'm naive.
Well, we went to the high
child
desert
here,
in
naive
Mrs. A,
angelic
all right?
one. What the heck is he talking peyote?
Yeah, those little
Yeah.
peyote
I don't
buddies,
wanna
they
know
will
now,
mess
do
you up.
I?
You gotta
Yeah,
watch
no,
yourself.
That's it.
Yeah,
can be-
one.
She was sitting under a Joshua tree in the high desert with Mrs.
Yeah,
A eating
we'll call it
salsa, and like, whoa,
salsa
what
at that
happened?
point, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
That's right. Anyway, no, I had a radio show in Nashville. Well, I'm still in Nashville, but I had a radio show a few years ago, and Ashley was on there as one of the guests one night. Was that before or after we did Cup of Joe? I don't even know.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, okay. I
It
still
was
liked
in
you
the
after that?
beginning
Okay.
of a Nerving series that is coming back. I came on it after speaking to TJ Cates and them. And someone, they recommended you because I remember also the lead from Cup of Joe show was there as well because he was doing the radio show with you. So it's
Yeah,
it's a
Joey,
small world.
yeah.
I drove out there and he's like, "Oh wait, I know you." I was like,
Now,
Yeah, I try. I don't know. Maybe I didn't invite
I mean,
her on the
it's
show.
a
Maybe I was
combination.
Joey.
But then when I told him about the movie coming out, he's like, "Yeah, I'll play your dad." I was like, "Okay, cool." Now look at them. He's coming after me. Look at this.
I know. That's right.
I'm an
Is he
actor. We
supposed
do
to
whatever we're
destroy
told.
his innocent Ashley here? You're gonna make me cry, Wynn.
Lena Sledge
You're gonna
chimed
be
in
punished
here.
in the sequel. You're gonna be punished in the sequel for this.
You try to help people, and this is the kind of
Right.
things that happen.
Yeah.
Just
It's
because you don't
not
like
my
sports,
fault
don't
it
get
skipped
all
me in
over
the
us.
family.
All
I
right.
at least participated in sports. I at least know what happens in the games. But other than that, I mean, as long as there's food, like he said, I'm good. Just give me the food. I'll sit out on the sidelines with food.
But there you go. And then something's going on. You're like, oh yeah, somebody's losing a lot of money or they're mine. So
Someone ran that way. Like, yep.
Well, to speak a little bit to Ashley's side on sports, one time I watched the Super Bowl with a female-dominated group of people, and all it was about how good did the butts look in the uniforms, right? And they were voting for the best looking players team to win.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Really? Because from start to finish, it was all about just the best looking player and just how good their butts looked in the pants.
Oh, yeah. Am I the only woman that doesn't do that?
Well, because so football pants are apparently
why
the
do you
male
think guys
equivalent
watch
of
women's tennis?
Right.
I'm thinking about that one. I used to play tennis, so I'm stopping for a second. Like, well, I wore sweat outfits on mine.
Right.
Well, you don't want me tights. We're gonna scare the world.
Football pants are the male equivalent of female yoga pants, right?
Oh god.
Apparently, butts don't look bad in football pants for men.
They can.
So I've heard.
Okay.
Says, so I
Andy,
heard.
we're gonna have a little talk afterwards.
No judgment. No judgment.
Eyes up here, Andy. Eyes up here.
Yeah.
I only have the jersey. I don't have the tights.
Okay.
Don't you know that's my phrase? Eyes up here, guys. Eyes up here.
Yeah. Well, for the sequel win, we'll get you to walk out in the pants. How about that?
Cool.
Oh, that'll scare everybody. They'll turn into a horror film.
Hey, just for everybody listening on the audio version of this, we're talking with actress Ashley Hargrove and Wynn Reichert. He's actor, comedian as well. And they are talking about their latest project that they put together, Caroline of Mine. Now, this is it's going to be released, right? In February?
It's going to be out of editing probably around February. Then it's got just a few months in some scheduled festivals that we have set for it. Then from there, it's got selected theater run, and then it'll go to several streaming platforms from there. And then the sequel is in pre-production currently.
Wow.
Okay.
Now you know why I'm in the movie. She's going to make me a star.
Just pay back to the dad. That's why he's in the sequel.
Yes. And I see a bunch of people have joined us in here. If you're watching, join in with the chat. We have the chat box open here so you guys can talk with these guys. Now, where did the story plot of the Carolina Mine come from?
Unfortunately, it wasn't from the song. Sorry to disappoint you. The Sweet Carolina Mine. I know you're highly disappointed. I can tell. Believe it or not, I actually was reading a news article one day about a college student that actually ran away with her professor to a camp, and the camp got raided, and the girl was picked up and brought back home, even though she was an adult. So I ended up expanding on that storyline itself, putting its own kind of backstory and what happens, later on from it, because I thought it'd be an interesting piece to it. So I was like, oh, okay. Although, I write all kinds of stuff, between horror and Christmas and stuff. But that one, I was like, I want to have a little interesting take on it.
Right. Now, how long does it take you to write something like this? When you're putting things together? Because I know you've done some shorts and things like that. I know,
a couple novels, scripts. I've done several regular scripts. It really depends. Like, I think my first novel took me 6 months. Then the next was 3 months. I think the Carolina Mine script, I took 3 months. But my last couple scripts, I think each took maybe a couple weeks apiece.
That's the peyote talking right there.
Yeah, and then I've got 4 working right now. I've got 4 other scripts that I'm working on right now for some deadlines. And someone asked me, like, how are you popping these out so quickly? I said, ask my husband. I don't
cocaine. Come on, get real.
Yeah. We're just coming back into the late 80s where we're just
yeah. Right. But I've got one of those. It's a type of brain I was told since I was a kid that basically it never shuts down on the storyline. So it's a very active imagination that just keeps going. And when you tell me I have a deadline, I'll be like this all night. Like,
right.
It's like, we got this. I'm like this, and husband's checking in. He's like, I'm just making sure you're alive. I was like, I'm good. I'm like, just go away now. Go away. I'll see you later.
I'll find it. Just bring him some coffee, okay? I just need a little bit more coffee. I'll be all right.
He's got plenty of coffee. He'll be fine.
Is that your girl cave that you're in right there, Ashley?
Actually, I pushed myself up against my giant desk to try to get the light a certain way, because if I go too far like this, you're going to have like really bright light coming.
Yeah,
So for now, it's my little cozy corner, but he was gracious enough to now tell me a few days ago that I get to have his office. So we just got to figure out which lucky volunteers are going to move like a 200-pound desk and everything with it. So Wynn, guess what, Papa?
We'll be right there at the girl cave.
I'm way far away to help, but I will cheer you on. So, all right. And now, when did you have any input on this storyline, or you're the pretty face to the whole?
They put a bunch of money in front of me and said, just say these lines.
he had a lot of improv in some areas, but there was times where I poke at him and go like, hey, I'm like, before we have another table, can you take a look at the scene?
She said that the movie has to be PG-13, right? So there can only be like one F-bomb, and I dropped like 3 in the first take.
Yeah, he did. And the minute we finished the take, to take our first break, I looked at him. I was like, "Wynn, you just knocked me to a rated R moment." And he's like, "I was getting out of my system." I was like,
"Okay, takes our money." So.
That's right.
All right.
No, I didn't really have any input other than just doing some rewrites to tightening things up here and there. But she wrote the whole script. I just, she asked me to help her, tighten up a couple things.
Yeah, with a bunch of F-bombs.
Well, of course, yeah.
Yeah, but at least that weren't in the script directly, so we're good there.
All right, and so now, Wynn, you're typically more a comedy-based actor, correct?
Well, I do, comedy. I do drama as well. But, I started off doing stand-up years ago on the road. I've done a lot of funny commercials. So I've done a lot of comedy, but I like doing drama as well. I don't know if you guys saw Dark Waters.
Oh, yeah?
A true story came out about 4 years ago. True story about a lawyer fighting DuPont.
That's right. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I have a nice little role about 3/4 of the way into the movie as the mediator, where I'm dealing with the lawyers from DuPont and the lawyers, for the good guys. So if you ever watch it, it's like literally right at 3/4 into the movie.
So you're not the good guy?
I'm non-biased.
Young lady,
I'm a moderate.
Young lady? I feel so young now. Thank you. That made me cry. That's the perfect compliment right there.
They called me the mediator.
I thought you were about to say the mean person, the way you started.
Mediator, peyote girl.
Hey, I got a dictionary over here. That's what Google's for.
No, I do a lot of comedies. You guys may have seen me in Masterminds. I had a couple of scenes with Zach Galifianakis and Kate McKinnon from Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
That's a photo shoot, right?
Oh yeah, exactly. The engagement
photo
photos.
shoot, right?
Yeah,
That was
right.
you. That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing.
Aren't they like sitting on each other or something? And he farts.
They're doing a bunch of crazy. It's ridiculous. Yeah, they're not really good engagement photos.
Yes, that's right. And but am I right? She farts, right?
She does.
She does. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm taking a picture, and she's on top of Zach Galifianakis and lets one rip, and he's like, "What is Janice is her name?" It's like you have to see it. It's we're supposed to be keeping it PG-13, so I'm trying to like.
But we're still there. Trust me, my pastor hasn't called me yet.
There's one right there, technically.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun working with those guys. Jared Hess is the director. He directed Napoleon Dynamite, if you ever saw that.
Yeah.
I watched it the other night again.
He also did Nacho Libre with Jack Black.
My wife's favorite movie.
Nacho Libre.
It's like, she's like, have you ever seen, when we started dating, have you ever seen Nacho Libre? I'm like, yeah, it was all right. Have you ever seen The Princess Bride? Yeah, it was all right.
I'm on her side with the reaction, like, you said all right, my stuff.
Right.
You're supposed to go like, I loved it, darling. You should know this by now.
No. When you're as old as I am and you start dating again, you're like, no, I'm laying it all on the line, because if you ain't gonna like that, and she still put a ring on it. So I'm just saying, it's all good.
You can't have. Yeah. But yeah, you can't have those
in her background. Yeah.
Right. No. Wynn, I'm going to ask you first. What do you find easier to do when you're acting? Is it the comedy or is it the drama?
Well, they always say that comedians make good dramatic actors, and I do think that's true. I've done so much comedy, but I really enjoy trying to do more, I don't say method actor, but, doing, that kind of work. But you know what? I would do comedy 7 days out of 7 if they let me do it. It's,
right.
It's what I started off doing. I love it, but I like doing drama too. And I drop a few tears here because she's poking me in this movie over here.
I see.
With a finger.
Right. Now, Ashley, let's move back to you here for a second. What is your more go-to if you had a choice? Would you be more drama based or would you be comedy?
Oh, I'm kind of torn because I love doing comedy, so I've been doing more of it, especially a mix of horror comedy or Christmas style. But there are times where I've got to play killers before, and I love getting to surprise the other actors, especially if the director tells me something and doesn't warn them because he wants a reaction. Yeah. So I love those where you'll show them the picture later, like, yeah, I was a killer, and someone's like, I was like, oh, this is good. But I mean, I like a mix. It's hard to determine, but I mean, I like the mix of comedy, but also with that hint of drama in it, because then you're just like, oh, great, now I'm the bad guy. And they're just like, oh my God. But it's kind of like a Nicolas Cage in a way when you see some of his. It's like that guy. But
that's a little scary.
I've played a lot of killers before, and I've been going more into comedy and stuff for a while because I get to challenge some of the improv classes I took. And then Wynn, of course, there keeps me on my feet when I have to challenge him back on a scene or something. It's like, don't break character.
Yeah, we had some fun times on Carolina Mine. Yeah. That scene with the mirror, that scene in the mirror where you were looking in the mirror. I don't know what that was all. Yeah.
Well,
yeah, I know. Don't even go there.
Well, if you read the script all the way, which you were supposed to, Wynn, you remember.
Yeah, Wynn, I'd be careful. You're going to end up in a coma through Carolina Mine too.
Killing me off in the next movie.
The scene there that he remembers with the mirror is I'm technically supposed to be seeing the love of my life in the mirror. You know, just my imagination going wild, and he walks in on it and starts talking if I want hot dogs or something. That the hot dog part was him. That was not me.
Has Alex already cut that scene together? Which take are you going to use?
I think they got the first couple scenes are done, and I know there was a few pieces that Joe Kamar and I did. He plays the professor that unfortunately Daddy hates. Thanks, Dad. The professor's nice to me.
And Joe was actually going to be kind of part of this, wasn't it? But we weren't able to get him coordinated to be on here.
Well, because I know you want to do 2 at the time and stuff, you know, to make sure Wynn doesn't kill all of us in the process. But whenever I come back, I'd love to bring him on there so that way you guys can have his side of the story versus the dad's side there.
Right.
Have I ripped on Joe yet?
Oh,
have I ripped on Joe?
He's the innocent one here. You've tried to hurt him in the story.
That's rolling in 5 minutes.
He's just going like, oh.
And cut.
Okay, now we've got a little clip of Carolina Mine. Is that correct?
Oh, cool. Yeah.
It's the teaser trailer, because we have a regular trailer coming out shortly, but this was a teaser that we released in December. And forgive the audience when they see me of a different scene. They've never seen of this angelic, nerdy side girl. Forgive me already.
All right. So now, Andy, is this in the
Yeah, I can play it. I got it. Ready.
Okay, you got it. Okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little clip. We got Ashley Hargrove and Wynn Reichert. Ashley wrote, and did you direct this as well?
I was marked as second assistant. Alex Gibson is the director. Lena Sledge, that's actually got to see it's in the audience. She is the first assistant. So her and I have known each other as well. Actually, longer than Wynn. I've known her longer than Wynn, actually. And then, of course, our main producer, Harry B. Castros, he jumped in. He's actually in the clip as well. He has a little cameo, appears in the trailer.
Okay, so now this is just like a little few different scenes, correct? It's not like just one specific scene.
Yeah, if it's the teaser, I'm dodging a cat down there. If it's the teaser trailer, it'll be a mix of some different scenes and stuff. But the regular trailer is coming out next. It's going to have another round of scenes that you guys won't find in this, except for a couple of them, just so we can mess with everybody's heads just a little bit more.
Okay, and a little synopsis quick of the movie, Carolina Mine.
Unstable college girl falls in love with the professor, even though her father is highly against it, and it causes her to break down more.
All right. Okay. Let's Andy, let's go ahead and roll the clip.
Here we go. Rolling clip.
Did you ever love Caroline more than Shelley?
I did. My cell and my home number are, of course, on the syllabus.
Excuse me? Do you have something to say?
You don't have to be afraid of me.
I'm not afraid of you.
Huh? Don't look at me. Hey. I want you to know that I see you. I want
You should get some sleep. Just be careful, would you? There's a lot of bad stuff going on out in the world you just don't know about yet.
I need you to promise me that no matter what, after all of this, she will never know what happened. Your final responsibility in life is Caroline.
Promise. Caroline? Oh no. Oh, yeah, well, what you can do, run over there, kick in the door, and then beat the hell out of them? And then what, Prince Charming? You gotta scoop up your wife and ride off into the sunset for your happily ever after?
Where are you? No worries, I'll help you.
How is she?
Well, you can see for yourself. She's just empty.
I get to blush for a second.
You really are scary, you know that?
You're welcome.
And yeah, that was what did your husband say about that old makeout session there? I was like,
wow.
Oh.
I mean, your face is what others have said when they've never seen me do something like that. They were used to, to all the delicate roles. And I talked to him beforehand about it, and he was like, I know it's just part of the acting job and stuff. So he was on board, but he had a quite initial reaction to when he saw it in the trailer.
Yeah.
but he knew.
Reaction? I think it's more than that.
We're going to be putting this filming stuff out soon, woman.
But like I said, there was some people that just always saw me as just, nerdy, and they never heard me curse or anything. So when they saw the scene, and like I was saying, I forgot to warn them, all of a sudden they're just like, and I'm just like, oops.
Yeah.
I was like, just remember, guys, it's me.
Right.
It's me.
Now, it looks pretty intense. This is and now it's based off of some true story, correct?
Yeah, it's loosely based on the part of it, just a little bit. So that way it's not entirely on, but yeah, it's loosely based to where basically a girl meets her professor, runs away with him, and one of the parents decides to try to bring her back home. He's like, "Who? Yeah. What?" And then the awesome music
do
there.
What a dad was supposed to do. Protect his little girl.
But she was an adult, though. She was an adult. And the awesome music there. Sorry.
No, so loosely based on the Police song "Don't Stand So Close to Me."
Yeah,
right?
Very loosely based.
Inspired by is what we like to say, right?
Once you got into method acting and said, "Hey, I want to kiss this dude."
Right.
Joe, if you're watching this right now, it's Wynn. Same to the husband. All Wynn. I'm pointing to him.
I guess you're going to have Joe on the show to tell the truth. This is something else.
Right.
And then the suspenseful music is from Tony Jenkins. He's really awesome at it. He's done music for us for other stuff before, and he's doing some more with us. So, Tony, I know you're going to see this. Yes, buddy. Good music, man.
No, it looked really well shot and produced and
pretty funny stuff, right? Right, Andy, Kristen?
I was cracking up. I don't know if you guys saw me.
Trailer.
He was laughing at me suddenly changing, probably like, it's like, what is with this girl?
Yeah, it was.
But there's a hint of comedy in the movie. There's just a tiny hint towards the a couple of scenes, so it does appear.
I think I missed that part, really.
You don't remember that scene right there in the trailer where you're like, "Yeah, mister, what are you gonna do? Go scoop her up and let's go off to your happily ever after?" Remember that?
I just
that
remember
scene?
Crying,
having a pen in his thigh.
I mean, I was crying a lot too in some of the scenes, man. The rest of them I was crying about what Dad was doing to my life. It's such a mean person.
It's easier for chicks to pretend to cry than it is for guys.
I take offense to that. Well, the husband might agree with that.
Yeah. No, it's all of that is just it's hard to do. And yeah, I mean, you guys, it really from this clip, it just looks pretty intense. It looks really great, really entertaining.
Well, I'm excited to see it. Yeah, for sure.
I'm hiding it from Wynn. I won't tell him when the premieres. Be like, he doesn't need to know.
Wynn, what have you done to this girl? That
I know, right?
He's trying not to say it because he knows it'll give away a lot of the movie he tells.
I did not provide
I like how it paused.
the drugs. That's on her.
I like what he said. I did not provide that. It paused on him. I was like, yes. That's what he did.
Controlling your internet feed, apparently.
Yeah, I see that.
Right. I mean, I do have some hacking skills a little bit.
That's true. Yeah, that is a weird thing to put in your bio, lady. Oh, I've got some hacking skills. So, by the way, if I don't like this podcast / internet TV show, I'm gonna hack it. I wasn't a little wary of that. I was like, okay, I hope we do good.
Well, sometimes some people put, what other degrees they have, and I was like, why not? And I was like, I'll just toss it in there. Why not?
Yeah. And the insane collection of games dating back from 100 years ago.
Yep.
So
you squeeze it in the airplane or airmail route. But yeah, if you ever watch the nostalgic videos I do on YouTube and TikTok, I showcase every game where I take them out and I play with them from all the way from the 1930s up to the early 2000s. And
oh wow!
I make people suffer when they're like, "I had that." I'm like, I know. The husband suffers too from it because he sees all these stacks of toys and games everywhere.
That is drug abuse, really, right there.
Yeah, right.
Hey, at least it's not drugs, okay? I just sit there and play with the toys and games and
what's
then
your
go do
point
my
there?
work. His point or my point?
Your point about the drugs. I'm just
Wins?
No, mine. Catch up to the game. Are you on drugs right now? How high are you actually?
I'm 100% crystal clear, just a little crazy, but we're good there.
Crystal meth.
And we know Wynn deals peyote, so I mean he's
I'm still going like, what is peyote?
Wynn's down here tripping balls and he's I have I mentioned how much I like peyote? Yeah,
Hey.
we know.
I must be on something now because Wynn just got big all of a sudden over there.
Hey,
Well,
I'll meet you
he's
out there under
also
the
a talking
Joshua tree.
lizard, but-
Meet you under the Joshua tree. We'll go looking for Jim Morrison.
Yeah. Done it. But
right.
That's I'm pleading the fifth on that. All right. We okay, now I lost my point because I started getting all drugged out.
You're coming down, dude. You're coming down.
Right, yeah.
Okay,
you did
now
take another break and re-up there.
and eat some salsa.
There we go. I rolled it. Okay.
There you go. Oh, isn't that special? Somebody learned how to roll their R's. Now, when is the release date for this movie? When is it coming out on theaters?
It will be in the spring, but I'll make sure to send it to you.
Okay, so sometime April-ish, maybe?
Probably close to May, but it won't be long because once it's out of editing, it's got to do about 2 months or so in the festivals that we have set for it. And then it'll start going to some of the theaters and then it'll hit streaming right afterwards.
Beautiful. All right. And you guys already have the a sequel.
It's in early pre-production. I've been working on the script and talked to a couple of people that have actually, assisted a little bit on it for some areas where I was like, all right, I need to fix this issue from this. So Wynn doesn't know all of it, but he does know a portion of what happens to him. So I was like, yes.
Is the sequel called Dad's Revenge?
No, I think it's more like Dad Eats It.
Right. Dad's eating peyote and chasing old boy fans. Hey.
It should be more called Caroline's Really Mad, so run.
Are we gonna have some comedy in this one?
I think more on my side, I get to have a little more comedy that time.
Right. Now, and Wynn, you've got quite a extensive little bio going on here as well. Besides Miss 100-Year-Old Games, and were you boxing kangaroos too? I don't remember. You
kickboxing 5 years.
Kickboxing, that's what it. Well, kangaroos, kickboxing.
I have met a kangaroo. I have pictures with kangaroos where I got to feed them.
Yeah, don't get too close.
I was gonna say,
no, they were docile. They had just napped and had extra food, so they were happy. They just
that's how they lure you in. They lure you in, and then
they were all the females, so they were nice. They weren't the males that kicked the crap out of you.
Yeah, you remember Andy talking about being at a football game with all women, right?
We tackle hard, man. We can. 5 years,
and they always work in pairs. They always work in pairs.
Technically, more than pairs. More than pairs. We have a whole system.
Yeah. No, kangaroos are sneaky bastards. I'm just gonna say. Now again, Wynn, you've got quite the bio going on here as well. You've done a rap video.
Let's not go there, dude. What are you talking about?
I had nightmares watching that.
I don't know. I think we actually have that.
Oh, we have
you should.
it. Yeah.
Payback.
So when we got your bio for this and you had put that link in the bio, like strawberry smoothie, that sounds familiar. That sounds familiar.
Smoothie.
I remember seeing it.
Slurpee.
I remember seeing it.
Was I born yet?
Were you born yet? This video was made in 1990.
Oh gosh, I would have been 3 years old. Wow.
And you see the video. I don't look like I've aged, but what? 40 or 50 years?
Yeah, right.
I was 3 years
it's
old.
The drugs. It's the drugs that do it.
They do wear you out. That's right.
Yeah.
I've been told
I'm really
like
25.
I'm
just saying. But yeah, I think we've got this little video somewhere of Rap Master Wynn.
Oh no!
And let's see what happens here. Hold on one second.
Start to the audience.
Hey, what's happening, man?
Yo, Fluffy! Yo, Fluffy, what you doing over there,
If I tell you once, I tell you twice. Just remember, I ain't ice. I'm cool for sure, and I'm not jerky. That's why they call me Strawberry Slurpee. I'm wet, I'm wild, I'm Thursday's child. I'm red on top, I do the hip hop. Don't count me out, don't call me turkey. Just watch me do the Strawberry Slurpee. Strawberry, strawberry Slurpee. I said slurp. When I go out for a night on the town, I don't get excited, in fact I calm real down. I start with dinner at a diner, then I set my sights on something finer. I find me a girl with eyes and hair, ask her to dance in her underwear. We toss down a couple of soda pops, make sure my fingers don't get caught. Wait till the gas starts to rise, wait till the tears fill my eyes. Wait till I feel real burpy, then I open my mouth and do the Strawberry Slurpee.
Okay.
That song has been
like
stuck in my head for like a week. I'm just saying.
Again.
Oh my God. I was like at work and I'm sitting there and I said, Strawberry, strawberry. And I love the ethnically correct kids in there as well. There was the little Hispanic kid with the bandana and the button collar shirt. I'm like, so we got many gang members. All right, this is awesome.
He went in his sweatpants outfit.
Oh my gosh,
I feel like the producers of Step Brothers saw this and said we need to incorporate this into our movie somehow, some way, because it's like you were way ahead of your time there.
Thank God I didn't see it at that age.
Was your idea, Wynn?
Oh, here's what happened. So Vanilla Ice was at the peak of his career in 1990, 91. And
You're like, I got to get a piece of that pie.
I used to play a lot of golf with director Bob Clark, who did the Porky's movies. He's done a bunch of other movies beyond that. But anyway, we were on the golf course. He says, we got to find a way to help, get you out of the herd, make a name for yourself. And so he says, well, we got to come up with something. And we're just kicking it around. And he goes, well, what about Vanilla Ice? I said, yeah. Well, what about Strawberry Slurp? I just came out. It's like, he said, yeah. So it's like, it's supposed to be like a spoof, on Vanilla Ice, right? I mean, am I a real rapper? Oh, I don't think so.
Thank God not.
I mean, the idea was to get myself a sitcom, something like that, and this is, of course, before the internet, while they still had pay phones. We had beepers. There was no internet. There was no cell. There was no smartphones. There was nothing back then. You had, maybe you can get on. Oh no, MTV doesn't play videos. That's right.
Right.
We had a giant cell phone. It was like this long, man.
You had a VHS. I mean VH1 rather, and you had MTV, and that was all you had back then.
VHS. Yeah, we had a VCR.
I still have that.
Good Lord.
I still have the VCR. Still works.
Hey, I still remember Betamax, for God's sakes.
Oh God.
But okay. And another part of your bio was you were a golf pro.
Yeah, I was. I was out in LA after I got out. I was an All-American in college, and I turned pro. Didn't make the tour, but I was out working in the country clubs out in LA, giving lessons to celebrities, and that's how I got into acting. I said, hey, I want to do that. What was I thinking?
He said
I don't
license.
know.
I thought he said was giving license to celebrities. Like what?
I was giving them license to steal. Right. No, I was giving them lessons.
Oh, okay, I had to verify there.
Lessons.
That's Daddy's payback.
We didn't have golf. We had things that we threw at each other. That's what it was. And then we bury ourselves in holes. All right. Sorry.
Yeah, no, I got to play golf with a lot of some of my heroes back in the day, so it was pretty cool. I actually did a movie with Elizabeth Montgomery. It has nothing to do with golf, but I got to work with Elizabeth Montgomery from Bewitched.
Oh,
so that was
wow.
That was pretty cool. Yeah, she played a lot of really a lot of roles that Ashley would get into. Black Widow Murders, that kind of thing.
Right.
Ooh,
so yeah, I had a small role in Black Widow Murders back in the 90s, and she was killing. It was a true story. She was killing her husband's, poisoning him to death. You may have heard
was
that.
The one with the contact solution where she was putting like a drop for each one?
Yeah, she's killing her husband. She's getting the money. Yeah.
Ashley's like, okay, I'm writing a new screenplay right now.
But yeah, no, I was a golf pro, and then I got into acting, and I was doing stand up, so a little bit of everything. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was like when she sent me your guys' bios, and so I was just like, okay, geez. I mean, y'all are all over the place. There's also an airplane pilot. I designed rockets
and a peyote.
Ashley's happened to done hack before.
And extensively rewriting the Lizard Man dictionary.
I even used to be a cheerleader years ago.
Yeah.
I still remember an old cheer.
Well, you got gymnastics, right? Yeah.
Yeah. No, hold on. Now focus is back on Ashley.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Am I about to cheer or something?
Really? Yeah. You threw it out there. Let's hear it.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Remember, basket, we want a basket. The red and white will fight tonight. Hey, Eagles, let's go! And then you go down into a split if you can.
And then you hear that. So there you go. Yeah. Well played.
Sounds like stunt school coming up. I've done stunts, so that sounds like me when I'm going to be thrown off the building during stunt practice.
Can we work that into the next movie? Little pom-poms,
Right.
I mean, I could in a way. It might be scary, but it'd be like, all right, Daddy's going to die. Yay!
Oh my God. She's got a daddy complex. I don't get it.
I was going to say, I'm not sure what has actually happened here, but it's taken a very dark turn.
I've done some crazy roles. I've had daddy complexes to them. I'll keep those quiet.
I think there's some therapy sessions coming up soon for probably
Wynn had therapy with him
and for Ashley, but on a much deeper level.
I mean, a serial killing cheerleader that movie basically writes itself. You
Yeah.
call her the pom pom pummeler. I mean, you know, it just comes right out.
He's like, you drank my slushy, man.
You're right.
My strawberry Slurpee.
It's a Slurpee.
Oh, I'm sorry. Was it 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm making sure here.
God,
where you
those
been,
are the
girl?
only good ones.
I went to 7-Elevens as a kid. We used to skate to them and bike and all that stuff that a lot of kids don't do today.
Yeah, Slurpees are the best.
Well,
Yeah, you'll get that freezer where you're like, oh.
yeah.
Oh,
Slurpees.
we brought that show to a close, didn't we?
You know what's really good with Slurpees? Peyote.
That's I knew that.
Yeah, that was coming. I know. All right. So listen, all right, we're kind of running short on time, and I apologize. We had so much technical disaster in the beginning of the show. So we've got to get you guys to come back on. I mean, can we do that here maybe after maybe a couple months down the line here after you guys release or something? We can have you back on. We can maybe promo a little bit more of the film for you guys, and
absolutely,
we'll
it's up to Ashley, but I'd love to. Yeah.
The other clips and whatnot. And yeah, Wynn, maybe me and you, I'm in Kansas City, you're in Nashville.
Yeah.
Maybe we could
every
meet in the middle
every
and
summer I
do
go watch the Giants play in there in Busch Stadium. We'll have to meet up next summer.
There we go. Yeah, all right. That we might be able to make that happen. I would be very interested in that. But okay. April, Mayish for our release date of Carolina Mine. Now I've been on down here on the scroller, and by the way, again, for everybody on the audio version of this, Ashley Hargrove is with us and Wynn Reichert. Ashley wrote and created and acted in the movie Carolina Mine. Wynn is also in the movie as the father, and Tom Kamara.
Joe Kamara.
I was close. Tom, Joe, Eric,
Bill, three-letter name.
Frank,
You were
Mike.
in the ballpark.
It was very, very, very off. But the movie will be coming out in theaters springish. We'll give it that. And then it will be released for streaming not too long afterwards. Looking forward to it. And then you've got your sequel already in the works.
And a couple other projects that are mixing in this year as well.
I was going to say, now what other projects do you kids have going on together, or are they?
I know.
I'm not working with her again. I'm done.
I thought you wanted to return for the sequel, man. I thought that's what I was told.
Well, yeah, for the first scene where you kill him off. Yeah, that's
right.
I didn't say it was going to be me.
Oh, well. Spoiler.
Like, oh, oops.
So
but yeah,
anyway, I got a few things coming out later in the year, but I can't. I worked with Robert De Niro in a movie that's coming out in November. So
really?
I signed an NDA, so I really can't talk about it. But it's going to be something.
Well, you'll get whacked if you cross De Niro. So.
Right. Yeah.
Well, it's check it out. It's called Alto Nights, ALTO, like Palo Alto, Alto Nights,
Oh, yes.
KNIGAC.
Okay.
It was originally called Wise Guys, The Wise Guys. It's a follow-up to Goodfellas. Yeah, it's a follow-up to Goodfellas, written by same guy, Pileggi. And directed by Barry Levinson. And I have a small role in it, one scene, but I've read the script. It's pretty good. I mean,
He's the cheerleader.
De Niro's going to knock it out of the park. So,
the cheerleader on peyote? Yeah. Okay.
What's a slushy?
Slurpee.
Slurpee, get it together.
Andy's got smoothies. You got.
I said smoothie. Yeah, clearly I was.
When at least we've got it right.
That's right.
We were playing Tron, sucking on strawberry Slurpees, eating peyote.
We were hanging out at Tower Records back in the 70s, back in California,
Winchester Boulevard.
And I was watching Sesame Street at that time, playing with dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
still
thought
are,
it was
aren't you?
Sesame Street.
I mean, I do have dolls and better blocks and those things. So, I mean, technically, I haven't given that up yet.
Okay, now we're getting into a weird turn again. All right. So Wynn, yes, we're very much looking forward to this. Now back to Ashley. And Ashley,
poor
what
souls.
are your little side projects that you have coming out?
I've got a couple of scripts that have been pushed out, so there are going to be some new projects from those coming out, but they're going to be done by other teams. I'm at least proud of that. And then I definitely got another thing with Joe Kamar. We can't tell a lot on it yet, keeping things quiet. And then, of course, Wynn is going to be, driven insane by me in the sequel. And then I've been doing some voiceover stuff, and then whatever my agent, sends to me on the side as well. So it's definitely a lot coming this year. And then, of course, our Unnerving series that's on Amazon Prime will be returning in 2025 with new episodes as well.
Wow. All right. Good.
And then I'll be in a body cast before stunt school, thanks to gymnastics.
And we'll just be talking you through two eye holes and a little slot.
Right. Or be the husband next to me going like, hang on, guys. It's like, what did she say?
She's writing something down. Hold on.
It's going to be all Captain Pike. We're only going to get one blink for yes and two blinks for no.
Or you'll just have this stare down where I'm just like,
yeah.
My God.
What's up, Christian? That you having a little flashback, dude?
Right.
Well, there's some guy that basically lives in the rafters here. Is it something? And yes, we're going to get to those random questions.
I thought he was about to say it was living in his head. That's what I was like, no.
Oh yeah. There's other voices that are there.
He's
and
like, don't tell
sometimes
me.
they talk like this. Shut up, you idiot.
Send help, please. Send help.
Somebody.
I do that to the husband sometimes. Just put random voices, and he's like, "Don't sound like nothing."
Yeah. So.
Yeah. Now what do you do?
Right. Yeah.
You. All right. No, that's he gets very excited towards the end of the show because he wants us to do random questions of insanity, which is basically, it's kind of a Rorschach test of your psyches, and there are there. Yeah. Well, yeah, it's definitely going to get really weird here in a minute, especially for Peyote Boy. We've got it's been put together by a drunk, really just a drunk. And we do have a couple base questions that we start off with, and they may or may not work. I think they could. So I'm gonna go back and forth between you both here. So Ashley, since you're already in the big screen,
I thought it was because I'm a lady.
Yes, and ladies first, always.
Right.
We're gonna start off with, what is the best James Bond film?
Ooh.
I've never seen it. I don't know.
Are we going Daniel Craig, Timothy Dalton? I mean, which way are we going here?
Oh,
are we going Sean
whatever
Connery,
one,
old school?
Whichever one is your favorite.
Ooh,
that's all we're asking.
Anything with Sean Connery. I blame my dad for that. He was big on Sean Connery, James Bond.
Yes. All right.
Excellent.
See, there is a right answer. Actually,
in school.
All of them have really been good. All right. Side note: what's your favorite James Bond film?
Would that be Wynn?
No, you. You're in the big screen.
Ooh. I just go any Sean Connery. You can't just pick one Sean Connery. That's impossible.
Very well. All right. Now we're okay. Well, if I can, there we go.
There you go.
Win.
I thought it was back to me. I was like, wait.
Sir.
I'm getting dizzy, dude. What's this all about?
I know, right?
It's the
peyote thing.
Yeah.
The peyote's just really kicking in right now.
You gotta watch out for the Spurs.
What is the best James Bond film?
Oh, Diamonds Are Forever, no doubt.
Oh yeah,
it's got
man.
some theme song.
That's got some serious comedy in it. Plenty O'Toole. I mean, it's a lot of good stuff in that movie.
Yeah.
I thought he just liked
all
the
the
song.
innuendos. Oh my god. Okay, who's your favorite Bond?
Daniel Craig, probably.
Okay.
Really?
My turn, girl.
I said Sean Connery.
All right, hold on.
No, Daniel Craig.
Quite on the set.
Ashley,
quite on the set.
We can do this.
Oh.
We can put her.
She's
We
gone.
can put her in the what's
She's
that?
gone.
What's Superman zone? The Shadow Zone, or
Phantom Zone.
Phantom Zone. Yeah. See.
Yeah. I don't know.
See, actually, that can happen.
Don't make me do that.
All right. Now, Wynn.
Ashley likes Sean Connery, so I had to throw in Diamonds Are Forever. I mean, really.
She likes Sean Connery.
Yeah.
That's
So,
right,
yes.
Trebek. I also liked your mother last night.
Whoa. There are so many great lines in Diamonds Are Forever. So many great lines.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Oh. No, let's not get started.
Yeah.
We're running out of time. So,
All right.
what is your favorite sandwich, Wynn, and what all is on it?
Oh, gosh. I don't want to give any free publicity to anybody, but I like a sub sandwich. It's got, Italian. It's got hot peppers in there, a little Dijon mustards. It's got some onion. There's a company, you probably know, there's a guy's name. I've been there a few times, got a sandwich. It was my favorite place to go on the road to get a sub sandwich there. They called it a Vito.
Oh,
I'm on.
Like Italian Vito.
I gotcha.
Anyway, that's my favorite sandwich for sure.
Okay.
No. I figured you'd go with the Togo's number 9, but
oh my God, Togo's, yeah, Palo Alto for sure, yeah.
No, Santa Cruz.
Oh, dude, I was not surfing at the time. That was you.
All right, perfect. All right, now back to. It's not the peyote; it's me moving it around. Ashley, what's your favorite sandwich? What all's on it?
That could be a tie. There's a couple I like too well. I'm a basic child. No peppers, no onions, no pickles. As long as it's nice and toasted, cheese and meat and a little bit of mayonnaise, especially if it could be Miracle Whip going mustard style. Thank you.
Okay, Ashley, you're going back in the Phantom Zone. All right.
What was that?
I behaved.
She's over there cussing me out in the green room.
I behaved.
You remind me of the girls that work at the snack shack at the pool when I was like 8 years old.
I behaved. I gave an honest answer, and I get frozen over my choice.
I like a little grilled cheese, please.
I mean, I put lettuce and tomato if it helps.
I so enjoy a little slice of cheese with me crackers. All right. Oh, Andy, I will let you start off the rapid fire round.
Excellent. What was your favorite toy growing up, Wynn?
The shovel.
To bury bodies?
This is part of the sequel that's
all right.
coming
Good night, guys.
I'm here all week, everybody.
Enjoy
Ashley, your favorite toy growing up?
2XL robot.
Ooh, good answer.
Do what?
2XL robot.
That's
the
what I
smart
said.
Robot.
Yeah.
He's one of the smartest robots. He teaches kids things, but he's fun and very bad jokes.
Ashley, you're
Andy
this
knew who
far
it was.
away from the Phantom Zone.
I remember that. Yes. I know.
Well,
Over my
okay,
toe?
hold on. Now we got to do this. Yeah.
Yay!
So.
I'll be proud.
All right. Okay. Ashley, you let's see, what do we got here?
Oh,
what's the most annoying sound?
When?
What?
You said most annoying sound.
We've lost it here,
Ouch.
people.
Yeah.
Wait,
Right.
Wynn, what's the most annoying sound? I have one guess.
Oh!
That's
my finger. Hey!
I was gonna say, wait, what finger are you pointing with?
The index finger, the best one.
Nah, yeah. What's the most annoying sound?
Asking me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Screeching fingernails on the blackboard.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Wynn's about to go in the
I brought it
Phantom
on
Zone.
from Ashley.
Oh, that was good. That was good.
My fingers. Look at these.
Yeah.
Andy, your turn for Wynn.
Okay, Wynn, it's your night to order pizza for the group. What are we getting?
Ooh, we're just gonna go with strictly pepperoni, dude.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
I know nothing funny there. That's what I like, pepperoni pizza.
No, that's
that-
hey.
That's legit. Yeah. Ashley?
Meat lovers.
You know, I could have said like peyote pizza or something like that, but I didn't go there. All right, I didn't go there.
I was kind of waiting.
I know you
didn't
wanted
say
that.
anchovies. You didn't say anchovies.
I do
you didn't
want
say pineapple, so we're good.
No.
Now, Ashley, thin or thick crust?
Stuffed crust.
Stuffed crust, Wynn?
Yes.
That wasn't on the list. I thought it was thin or thick.
thick. But that can be stuff is thick.
It depends. Are we going New York pizza, Chicago pizza, Palo Alto pizza? What are we doing here?
Yeah.
He's
You
adding.
ever go to Round Table when I used to have the Round Table there in California?
I worked at a Round Table.
Well, that's the best pizza, man.
No, Mountain
They don't make
Mike's.
pizza like that anymore.
Mountain Mike's.
It was like thin crust, but it had a lot of cheese, and it was you know, you eat it and it just like goes all over your arms.
Yeah. Oh yeah, like a New York style. Yeah. You fold it. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Round
all
Table
right,
was special.
now, since Andy asked his favorite question, you have a choice to save the world. Who do you choose? Iron Man or Batman?
I am Batman.
Yes.
Andy's on my side. Andy's on my side.
That is 100% the right answer. Yes.
Win.
Robert Downey Jr.
Oh, no, that should be.
Yes. Well played, Win.
Oh, I see. Wynn's like, I know what to say.
So now that me and Win are on the same level, and some people are both the Phantom Zone. Win, number one bucket list item.
Jumping out of an airplane.
With a parachute, right?
Oh, yes, yeah, sure. If I want to do it more than once.
Let's write that into the script, Ashley, for number 2.
It'd technically be shoved out of the plane.
With a shovel. Bam.
I wouldn't say what type of parachute either. I didn't say if it was
What do you mean I gotta watch the windshield while we're flying?
It's an Acme parachute from Roger Rabbit. It's the parachute he would get.
Right.
Or, no, that's Wile E. Coyote.
You don't remember that from Roger Rabbit movie?
Yes, I do, but Acme is Wile E. Coyote all the way.
I can't believe they shelved that movie of Wile E. Coyote.
Now, as soon as I figure out how you can land without breaking your legs when you're a little older, I'm going to jump out of a plane.
I like how he said a little older the way he said that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Threw it in there.
Strawberry Slurpees is a little bit older.
Yeah, those peyote strawberry Slurpees, they're going to kick it.
I think they already did.
Yeah. Yes, they did. Number one bucket list item, Ashley.
Shark cage diving.
Okay.
Andy's eyes. Andy's eyes. He's like, oh my god.
I'll give you that.
Okay. The husband would say I'm a little insane, so I mean.
Yeah.
I need like a thick pane of glass between me and any like wildlife in their environment, you know?
I'd stick with the cage because at least the cage usually won't break compared to glass.
Usually won't break.
Sharks.
Usually
won't break.
Usually. All right. Andy.
Yeah, your food is bad at a restaurant. Do you say anything?
Depends. I used to wait tables. If it's bad, we just gently get their attention.
You just go for the safe answer all the time, don't you?
I mean,
it depends. I just like a sandwich. What do you like on your sandwich? I don't know, meat, maybe cheese. Sometimes they're just like vegetables.
I mean,
sometimes
honestly,
they're just like 2 pieces of bread. Then I call them toast.
I mean, honestly, I used to wait tables for years. And, you know, if someone would say the food is bad, you know, we try to take it gently unless we're screaming in the background somewhere. But if it's bad, yeah, you gently say something. You don't go like, oh, my God, my food was terrible. You don't eat it and then complain. You know, take a couple bites and go like, hey, something's wrong.
And they're like, really? Yeah, now it's really wrong.
You've been watching Waiting, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, a few times.
Yeah.
On peyote. Win.
Yes, sir.
Food is bad at a restaurant. Do you say anything?
I asked for the to-go box.
Then you just throw it on the floor as you leave, right? Yeah,
So who are you bringing that food to?
I have complained in a few restaurants in my day. Yes.
Okay.
He's bringing bad food to an enemy when he's boxing it up.
Let's see. Let's go with one more here. All right.
Yeah.
I'll start with Wynn. What's the best music genre?
Country music. If you are on peyote.
Oh, yeah. Wynn, we're gonna hang out and party.
Whoa.
Ashley.
I'm scared.
Say
you
it.
can figure out what my answer probably is.
Everything. I like elevators.
No, I'm a millennial child. I'm a millennial child. What do we were pop followed by soft rock. And if you want oldies, thanks to your parents that controlled the radio and the cassette player in the car the entire time.
Was that? We had 8 tracks actually.
We had those at one point.
Red alert!
Oh, she's
red alert!
Red alert! She's
Red alert!
Red alert! The ship's going down, Captain.
If you saw Diamonds Are Forever, you're 2 minutes and counting.
Or it's Poseidon Adventure. It's over, man.
All right.
Well, let me tell you something.
Oh, no.
Things have gotten a little tricky nowadays, haven't they? All right.
This is where you ask for the Monty, sir.
Frau Brecker.
You forgot to ask for the money.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah. We're done with
that's
that
enough.
now.
That's enough.
We're done with random
I gotta
questions
stay
of
away from her.
insanity. No more of that. Yeah, no, we're done. No, it's over with. Let it go. Get back to the thing you go to for a week. All right, kids. So we've got the movie coming out. Any other things that we need to be talking about before we go? What else do we need to promote real quick?
Just keep pushing the film. We've got Instagram pages, Facebook pages, YouTube pages.
Okay.
And probably
and
my mental hospital visit.
Right. And if you guys want any more information on these kids, as you've seen down here scrolling, or anybody listening, go to their IMDb page, Ashley Hargrove or Wynn Reichert. And the movie actually has its own IMDb page. Caroline of Mine should be released here shortly in the springish time-ish. And so keep watching for it. In the meantime, let's give you a little outro music.
Oh boy.
There it is, a little Neil Diamond. Yeah, we're hanging out at Harrah's in South Lake Tahoe.
Hey, we're gonna be here all week, ladies and gentlemen.
It's sad that I know this. It's sad that I know this music.
It's Neil Diamond. It's classic. It's safe. Yeah.
Even for us millennials.
Okay, Ashley, it's been fun. You've been in the Phantom Zone now. We love you. No, thank you all so much for being a part of the show, guys.
For hanging out with us
ladies
today.
Ladies and gentlemen, Ashley Hargrove.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for being here. We'll see you again here soon and shortly, my friends.
Bring the peyote.
Oh, bringing the peyote? When we are definitely going to hang out and party. I can tell you this.
We'll meet up in St. Louis.
Yeah, buddy. All right, we'll do it. We'll figure it out.
Good night.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay, Neil. You're Neil. All right, man. That was a lot of fun.
That was a lot of fun.
Our technical issues killed us, but we will definitely be bringing them back, and
we will iron that out for sure.
Yeah, no, that's as far as our technical problems have gone, that really wasn't that bad. Just gonna say,
could have been worse.
Yeah, we've proved that many a time. Yeah. So, in lieu of all that, we are now at the conjunction and closure of the show. So let's go ahead and again Ashley Hargrove and Wynn Reichert. Carolina Mine coming out in late spring. In the meantime, I'm trying to find my slates here. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Next week, we've got returning champion, dating master, Dale Veller.
Just in time for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, just in time for Valentine's Day. It'll be a lot of fun, and can't wait to be here. So make sure you're part of that. What else we got going on? Okay, now I'm hitting the wrong button. Goodness gracious. On that note, I say we just say sayonara. We will see you all next week. That's going to be our last Tuesday show.
Last Tuesday show.
That will be the last Tuesday show. Then we'll be moving
on
to
up.
Fridays at 4 p.m. Central Time, 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, 3 Mountain. Thank you very much for yeah. Nailed it.
Well done.
Thank you. In the meantime, kids, take care of yourself. Be good to each other. God bless you. We love you. Spread the word. Tell a friend. Tell a neighbor. Tell weirdos in the Walmart. And on that note, oh my gosh, let's just technically shut down the show at this point and say peace. Bye.